first heard about the opportunity to work with refugees at a meeting I had to attend at my university. At the time, I was an intern with the missions department, and we were hoping to build a partnership with Lutheran Family Services Refugee and Asylee Resettlement Program, and build teams of people from our university to work as cultural mentors for refugees as they came to Denver. And when I heard about this opportunity, I was immediately thrilled. Previously, I'd been overseas and I was studying, I was a global studies major, so it was definitely on my heart to work with people from other cultures and places, but I was kind of feeling a void in my life of not really being able to do that and wondering how to incorporate those passions in my life while I was going to school. And so this was a really great opportunity that I was excited to hear about. My relationship with the refugee family that I got partnered with started in February of 2008. My team and I were partnered with a family of 4 from Burma, also known as Myanmar. It was a dad and a mom who was my age, and 2 girls, Yeye, who was 6 when they got here, and Supa, who was 4. They came in February, but I guess even before they came to Denver, we were praying for them and preparing for them, gathering kitchen stuff and towels and bedding for their apartment, just thinking about what our relationship with them would look like. Our relationship with the Ways has really changed and developed over the years. When they first got there, our team was there to pick them up from the airport. We took them home and showed them their house, showed them how to flush the toilet, how to turn the lights on, what sinks and bathtubs were, all of those things they had to learn, and we were there to show them. And there was lots of flashcards and learning English and learning how to use the bank and the bus system and the library and all those kinds of things. And really our relationship, when we first got to know them, was a lot more about us teaching them and us mentoring them about how to do life in America.
And then I would say when I started coming along and it kind of turned into something that Alyssa and I just did as a couple, then eventually as we got engaged and asked them to be a part of our wedding ceremony, it definitely kind of switched dynamics from a kind of teacher-student relationship to a real friendship we feel. So really in the past couple of years, we try to see them about twice a month and just do many different types of things with them. Sometimes we just take them on fun outings that they probably wouldn't normally get to do. We'd spend time in each other's homes. We go over to their house. They go over to ours. We still do practical things for them, like helping them read paperwork they have to fill out in English, take care of insurance stuff, take care of stuff for the girls' schools. But yeah, at this point it's definitely much more of a friendship and a real growing relationship, I feel. So, what has it meant to them and their family? I would say, practically, it's meant that if they have questions about life or culture in America, they have someone that they can ask. If they can't read something in English, they have something that can help them out when they need to move apartments. Like they have somebody that they can call and help them. But I would say on a bigger scale, it's been really truly meaningful to them because strangers who didn't know them, didn't know anything about this small ethnic group from the country of Burma, would reach out and take the time to serve them and to build a relationship with them. A relationship which in turn has taught us about perseverance, having hope in hardship, living simply, and really what it looks like and means to truly love one another. So
some stories. Oh, so after first when Mark and I were dating, and then he proposed and got me the ring, and we knew from the get-go that we wanted the girls to be our bridesmaids, and we wanted to ask them, but we didn't know how to relay any of that information, because really, even now, the family's English skills are really limited. And so we discovered that the way that they knew what wedding was is if we sang dun dun da da. So every time we talked about the wedding, we would all have to stop and hum this little tune. So we did. We brought them a book. It's like a children's book. I'm sure a lot of brides use it to show the girls what a flower girl did. And we acted out throwing the flowers and sang da 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 da, and asked them to be bridesmaids in our wedding. And they were the cutest little bridesmaids in the world. But oh my gosh! If I said bridesmaids this whole time,
Maybe.
babe, I can't. That can't be what it is.
Let's start over. Stories. You're fine. You're fine. Start over. Stories.
I'm such an idiot.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Rewind.
That's edited. So when Mark and I first got engaged, we showed them the ring and everything, and told them we were getting married. And we knew from the get-go that we wanted the girls to be our flower girls in the wedding, but we didn't know how we would relay that information to them, because even at that point, their English skills were really limited. So we discovered that they understood the word wedding when we hummed the tune dun dun da da. So every time we talked about weddings, we had to hum that tune, and then they would hum it, and it was really funny. So one day we talked about it with the girls and acted out the flowers and all of that, and they agreed they would be our flower girls. And then Monway and Tumay the parents, said that they wanted to invite the whole family to come. And so we weren't quite sure what that meant. We'd met a number of their other relatives, but we weren't really sure how many that would be. But when we went to go pick them up the day of the wedding, and actually literally Mark went to pick them up the day of our wedding, there were, how many people?
20.
20 people that he ended up having to cart back to the wedding, and it was great, like just having all those people there, and I don't know, it was a cool story.
Yeah.
The girls did a good job. They were very serious flower girls.
Another story that really sticks out to us, we were over at their apartment one day, Sunday after church, and kind of sitting around thinking of something to do, and my guitar was in the car, so Alyssa said, hey, you should go get your guitar and play some songs or something. So I went and got it and was playing around, and I asked Mong Wei, the dad, if he played guitar, and he said he did, and so I gave it to him, and he began playing some old hymns. They're Christian and grew up singing hymns in the same way that we did. And Linda, Alyssa's mom, was actually there too, and she's more familiar with some of the hymns than we were. And a lot of the hymns he would be singing in his native language. We couldn't understand them, but because of the melody, we knew what they were. And so just that kind of moment of singing songs together in two different languages, singing songs, a group of people from totally different backgrounds singing these common lyrics in a different language, that it was just a really beautiful and meaningful moment to us to realize that even though we're so different from such different places, that we worship the same God, and our hearts are such in the same place. So
this is another funny story. Recently, as in like 2 weeks ago, we were visiting the Ways, and we were being served food, which is pretty normal, and my aversion to their food is pretty normal as well. Usually try not to eat a lot of it, I don't always know what it is, but in this occasion, it happened that we were eating what we think were fried sparrows, just little birds, deep fried.
that he shot.
That he had shot somehow and with something. I want to pretend it's a slingshot, but Mark thinks it was a BB gun. I don't really know, but But he did break the beaks off and the feet, so it was completely edible. He just crunched through those bones and ate it all up, and it was delicious to some who ate 4, as opposed to the polite one who ate 1. But it was really funny because afterwards, after I choked down 1, I was like talking to Monway about Corinne and how I wanted to pick up some more words because we haven't really learned a lot. And the second thing he thought to teach me to say was, "I don't want to eat that." And I thought, oh, he does know me better than I think sometimes. But
yeah. So our last story, which probably I would say is the most meaningful one to us and probably to them. So about
Father's Day.
About a year ago, Tumepo, the mom, found out she was pregnant, and we were of course so excited, but weren't sure how it was all gonna go with their insurance and getting to the hospital. Mongwei actually now works at in a city that's pretty far away, and so it's a pretty good drive for him. But on Father's Day, we got a call from Mongwei, so Father's Day just really recently, and he said something about his wife being in the hospital, and he said, "Baby is coming, no coming, I don't know." So basically, he didn't know if she was having the baby. He just knew that she was in the hospital, and we needed to go right then. So we drove up to the hospital and asked where she was and what room she was in, and lo and behold, the baby was coming. So she was having the baby, and so we were there. We were there for the rest of the night. Alyssa actually got to be in the delivery room with the mom, and we're just there the whole night. It was sad because the dad wasn't allowed to be there. He got there a couple days later, but just being there, and that obviously huge meaningful moment with them was incredible. So
Yep.
yeah.
And one more thing, I guess when we talk about like how meaningful this relationship is to them, it's difficult to know because of the language barrier that I mentioned earlier. But one of the things that Monwei has taken to say, especially lately because he moved 5 hours away because of work stuff, he calls us at least once a week, and he always says, "I remember you every day. Remember you every day, every day. I remember you." Just repeats it. Don't make fun of me. Jump in.
That's good.
Which is sweet in the end.
Yeah.
Turn it off. I don't like when you don't save me.